Greetings, my friends, and as you can probably tell from the not only the thumbnail but also the title of this video, we are, my friends, in this prelude video for the winner of the Napoleon Total War Darth mod campaign, and the winner, my friends, was the Kingdom of Norway, as you can probably see here. I'd like to thank every single person who voted. It was incredibly close. It was by one vote that Norway actually won. There was Greece and Warsaw as well that came very close. Scotland came very close to winning as well. But it really was a very close call indeed. But there's one vote in it. I believe that the Kingdom of Norway got 25 votes, and the closest was 24. Two others, I think, was Warsaw and Greece got 24, and Scotland got 23, I believe. So as you could probably tell, it was an incredibly close vote. I'd like to thank every single one of you who commented on the video, who also gave your vote. It really is appreciated, my friends. A wonderful support for this. It really has been. But my friends, it's going to be the Kingdom of Norway, and we're going to examine in this prelude video what we have available to ourselves, both militarily, production wise, economy wise, what we've got in terms of ships and military, and also our diplomatic status, our cabinet, trade, every single possible thing we can look at here, because I want to really draw on the council's advice here, draw on your experience, my friends, of this, because this is going to be a very difficult campaign indeed, not because of where we start off immediately, but because what is not available to us. So it really is going to be crucial that your advice is going to be absolutely pivotal here in what happens in moulding and shaping this campaign. It really is going to be vital, my friends. I have a few ideas myself of what we should do, or maybe we could do. But again, the council will be the lead force upon this campaign. You will, my friends, be the ones that will dictate and guide this campaign in the direction that it is meant to go. Of course, we'll have to respond should things happen that we haven't accounted for. Well, in the planning stages, of course, that's going to happen. But before that happens, the council will be the lead force upon this campaign here. So let's first have a look where we are. Let's have a look at the region, what we've got available to ourselves. But then we'll have a look at sort of our diplomatic status as well, so our nearest neighbours, what's around us. We'll look at what we can build militarily, production, etc. So let's have a look. So as you can see here, we have our capital here, Christiania, Norway, of course, my friends, and here it is. Now, as you can see here, we've only got the ability, we've got a tax office already, we can build a magistrate's office. Now, that's going to give us +2 repression, +10 bonus to regional tax. It's going to give us recruitment of 1 additional unit, which we shall look at in greater detail momentarily. It also enables us to research public schooling, which is going to give us the spawns of gentlemen, +10 research rate, and also enables us to build a court of justice. And we also have, my friends, from the magistrates as well, as you can see here, national census, which again reduces administration costs and provides us with a bonus global tax rate here of 2%, which is not too bad, not massive, but again not too bad at all. It also enables the replenishment and recruitment of a militia. So as you can see here, militia, not the finest. The morale, my friends, is absolutely rock bottom. It is not the best. Accuracy, again, not brilliant. Their range, medium, mediocre at best. Reloading skill, pretty poor. Ammunition, not massive either. So we're looking at a pretty poor unit here. They garrison really troops, they're policing troops, as it were. So, and the thing is, we can only recruit militia. We can only recruit militia to start with. I do have the additional units mod also added. I'd like to thank all of those who proposed we add the additional units mod to this campaign. That is included as well. There's also going to be 4 turns per year, as we have in the Empire campaigns as well, my friends. So I've added a few other mods to this as well to sort of give it a little bit of zeal, a little bit of panache, shall we say, a bit of a land to this campaign. But at the moment, we can only recruit militia. We don't have any barracks. We have no artillery school. We have nothing. All we have is a tax office, which we turn to magistrates. We can, of course, build a small star fort, but that's 8,000 gold. As you can see, we only start off with 10. So once again, we are not going to be flush with money. We're really not. So again, recruitment of militias, all we can do, we've got 2 slots. If we upgrade to a magistrate, that'll give us 3. So that's not too bad in terms of how many we can sort of recruit in turn. Infrastructure is zero. The roads are basically just mud roads here. They're just paths. So we're going to have to get basic roads up and running. We're also going to have to hopefully get the infrastructure up as quickly as we possibly can, because that's going to prove pivotal. We also have here, as you can see, moving sort of towards the west here, we have the possibility here to build a logging camp, which will give us -3 recruitment to naval units. Of course, being able to have the timber to build the ships is going to reduce the cost. Plus 75 regional wealth, -10 cost of constructing buildings in this region, which is going to be excellent for us, Rio. So if we get this first, it'll actually reduce the cost of putting the magistrates up. So we take 3 turns of the logging camp, so that's going to help quite a lot in terms of construction. As you can see here, then we have pretty barren lands here in terms of what we're able to build. As you can see, it's a huge, vast area in Norway. It really does stretch a great stretch of land here, but very little within it we can actually use. We have nothing here in the sort of mountains here. Absolutely nothing at all. We do have here, though, a dockyard. Now, here is the critical perspective, really. What do we do with this? Do we keep this dockyard here? As you can see, our recruitment options are vast. We can get a sloop. Of course, we're going to have to get some sloops probably to sort of be able to reconnoiter and gather intelligence on enemies and indeed allies. Potential future targets. We have 24 gun frigate we can build. 24 gun frigate. I'm not sure really what the difference is. No difference there. Again, 32 guns again, and also 38 gun frigate. So again, we're not too bad in terms of what we're able to put together. We've got 1 slot here. We could upgrade to the dry dock. As you can see, that's going to give us a 74 gun ship line. We could be a real powerhouse in terms of naval forces. Of course, it's going to hit the lower classes, but we're going to have recruitment capacity of 2, so that's going to give us 3 slots to which we can recruit from. Then it's going to give us the 74 gun ship of the line, which is going to be an absolute brute, sir. Look at that. It really is a monster on the seas. Look at that, firepower of 422. It's got 204 men in it. We've got the bomb ketch, again, which is just carrying a single mortar. We then have the 64 gun ship of the line. Again, 178 men, 325 firepower, range is 600. Again, it's the same as the 74 guns. 50 gun ship of the line. 144 men, 279 firepower. Then we've got the sloop. These come with echelons of experience then. So again, the dry dock will give us a boost militarily. But remember, we have, if we just quickly glance here, my friends, at trade. We have no trade at all. Not a single ounce of trade flows our way because we simply do not have a port. We have no trading port at all. We have no prospect either of a trading port springing up in the future or developing in the future. There are no villages. There is nothing at all along the coastline. There is only Stavanger here. And I do apologise for any pronunciations I make, my friends, especially from the Scandinavian or Norwegian viewers. It will be horrific, I can guarantee you, so I do apologise in advance. But there's a possibility we might have to change this to trading port to be able to open up, to get that money in, to do anything sort of in, or we could leave it as it is. That again is the council's decision. So up to the council, we either move to a dry dock or do we dismantle this and then convert it into a trading port to be able to open up those trade lines. So that's pretty much what we start with here. That's the basics. We have nothing else at all. We have the capital, we have a logging camp, and we have a dockyard. That is the extent of what we have available to us. As you can see here to the east, we have Stockholm, Sweden. They do have a mine, an iron mine already. They also, if you can see here, that's a cannon foundry, that's a barracks. They've already got a substantial setup here. They've of course got Finland here, Arbo here, again further east, leading down into Russian territory here, St. Petersburg, Novgorod, Riga. Courland still has Matai here. Then we've got on the coast here of the Baltic Sea, we've got Königsberg and Danzig. Prussia really is a very powerful force here, it really, really is. You can see Silesia, Berlin, Stettin. We've got also, intriguingly, we do have Denmark here. Now, Denmark does have a huge amount of possibilities here. They do have a trading port here at Aalborg. And they also have farmlands. They've also got a town, an intellectual centre, effectively a research centre. We also got a market here as well. They're leading very, very close here onto Stettin, or Schwerin, as in Mecklenburg. So that must be where the border must be here. That's the border here between the two. Running along here, there's a border here. So as you can see, Denmark really does have a vast amount of territory and a number of options available as well. There's a lot of trade moving from this region. Sweden's got trade in Malmo. We then have Wismar here, trading port for the Mecklenburg. We've got a trading port here as well in Kolberg here for the Prussians. So you can see that we're surrounded by a number of huge trading nations here. We've got Reval here for the Russians. What if they've got anything else further up here the coast? Indeed, no, they have a dockyard in Staraja, Ladoga. So we've got, that is pretty much our Scandinavian sort of neighbours of Denmark and Sweden. We have then the Russians here further east with the sort of Courland, Prussia, sort of Central Europe, Eastern Europe. Then we have here, of course, the Dutch, Amsterdam. We've got the British, but the British Isles are split up here. We have Scotland in the north. We have the Irish here in the west. And then, of course, in the south here, we have Cardiff and we have London as well, which make up the United Kingdom, in inverted commas. It's not really the United Kingdom. But those of you probably know the United Kingdom is actually all of these combined together. But for for reasons to make things easier, England is sort of put as United Kingdom, and Wales of course as well here, so they are United Kingdom. Scotland is a separate nation and so is Ireland. Now that does open up possibilities. You can see here, they don't have barracks here at all, but they have a slot here to be able to recruit into or to build into. That's an empty building slot there. And what else do they have available to them here? They have a harbour here. They must have something up here which we just can't quite see because of the fog of war. Can't quite know what's here, but I'm assuming they might have something in the Highlands here. But I can't see anything but that open slot there, and Edinburgh is a decent sized city as well. Then of course here we've got Ireland here, or Dublin. Again, that's about the same size as our city. There's no ability to upgrade here at all. It would effectively be the same situation as ours. They do have farmland. They've got a commercial centre here, but they have Waterford here, which really was a massive port, but again that has not been built upon at all. I believe that's all they've got here. Now of course we've got Cardiff here, which again is not a massive capital, doesn't have any, but it does have the iron. Surprised there's no coal here because Wales is famous for its coal mines. We've got Swansea here, which is an industrial centre as well, and of course then we've got England itself. I mean, look at London, oh look at that. I mean, that is just magnificent. We've got St. Paul's, we've got the museums, we've got the Admiralty, we've got barracks, we've got the cannon foundries, and we've got the industry. It is booming here. We've got Chatham docks here as well, which would be a massive trading. We've got Portsmouth down here for the dockyard. We've got Bristol, Liverpool. I'm surprised there's nothing here outside Swansea in terms of any docks, but we've even got iron here in Carnarvon, which is iron mines in Carnarvon. We do have York Market, Manchester Manufacturing, gunsmith here in Birmingham. That'd be interesting. Then we've got Oxford College, of course. There's no Cambridge at the moment. I don't know if Cambridge would even be appearing, to be honest with you. We've got Newmarket, then we've got Yorkshire Farms. We've got Spain here, Belgium, I beg your pardon, which holds Brussels, of course. And they have a cannon foundry, but no barracks. But they do have Antwerp. Then we've got, of course, France. We've Duchy of Brittany here, which is an independent state. They've got a dockyard in Brest here. Pontreux here. Rennes. But of course, we then have Napoleon himself. It was a huge empire here, with Paris being the absolute apogee here of that empire. Look at that. That is just a magnificent capital, it really is. Then of course we're moving down here into Spain and into Catalonia, Barcelona. We've got Spain here, Madrid. I wonder if Spain, we've still got Portugal here. Britain controls and holds Gibraltar for how long? I'm not sure. We know that was a contentious port with Spain. Of course, we've got down in Casablanca here, Morocco. We've got a lot of trading routes as well, my friends. Let's consider that trade here. These trade routes here. You can see sugar. Lots of sugar supplies here coming off from Calcutta. Tea here. So the sugar plantations from the New World. We've got Calcutta here for tea. Ivory down here in the Cameroons. Let's have a quick look at what that trade. Look at ivory, 62. My goodness me. 41 spices. Tea is 28. More tea down here in Casablanca. Then there's ivory here for Oran. Spices from Algiers. Coffee from Annaba. Tunis is coffee as well. Look at all these trade ports down here. Valletta, 20 spices. And as you can see, as we move into sort of the Mediterranean here, we've got Sicily, Naples, Rome. We've got French Corsica here. Sardinia, which is obviously a separate kingdom. Palermo here, Kingdom of Sicily. We've got Greece, which again, look at that. That's a magnificent. They've got the expansion possibilities here are vast. Then, of course, we've got Kanidi here, coffee. Izmir here, coffee as well. We've got Istanbul, which of course the Ottomans. Moving to Principality of Wakalia or Vakalia. We've got Transylvania, which is the Austrians, of course. Here's the Ottoman Empire, which is divided here by the Bucharest. Then we've got the Crimea Khanate, and then of course any movement to Russia. So that's pretty much the entirety here. Of course we've got the Duchy of Warsaw, which is another close call here for the Duchy of Warsaw. If you can see, they've already got the foundry. They've got the possibility of getting some barracks in here as well. We also have Kingdom of Prussia, which is moving down very, very close here. We've got, of course, Kingdom of Saxony as well. But that, my friends, is the entirety of the map here, what we've got available to ourselves. Now, if we look closer here at government, the king -10 here, Eric the First, -10 diplomatic relations, not good. But as you can see here, our projected income is good. We've got no army, no navy, we've got nothing, no expenditure at all. Our income is 2190. We've got other 1,700 here. Treasury is only 490. Our trade is just 0. Tax is pretty low at the moment, and everybody is happy. We should keep it the tax as it is at the moment. I think we could always manage to get growth. We'd probably have to lower the taxes down to try and get some growth in there. But again, that depends on what happens here. There's no growth here at all. Ministers are 58% government, absolute monarchy, which does help us in some terms, but as you can see here, -5 diplomatic. So in other words, we've got -15 diplomatic relations, which is not going to help us at all. Treasury doesn't give us any bonuses. We've got the bonus here for repression, because we've got a patron, but ideally, we should really switch these gentlemen around. This gentleman has got a patron for the navy, so he should be switched with Fasti Brunn. And Arnborn Strom should be switched around with this gentleman here. -2 recruitments here for army, which is not too bad. Treasury is just non-existent. And I don't believe that Reinhold Swanstrom will do anything for us. No additional attributes at all. So again, our cabinet is not brilliant. We don't have any candidates at all apart from this gentleman here. We might put in here for the head instead of Al Barken. We might get a chief minister and get this gentleman here, Reinhold Swanstrom. Trade, as I said, is non-existent. We don't have any trade at all. Our funds is 10,000 to start with. Our diplomatic relations, this is important. Now let's have a look how the United Kingdom is indifferent with us. Every single nation is indifferent with us. They don't really care about us because we're too small to really be bothered with. Their allies are vast. Austrian, Sicily, Naples, Russian Empire and Sweden. Their enemies are even more, especially the French. And Kingdom of Spain as well. Württemberg, Bavaria, Italy. Got a lot of trade coming in. Russian Empire. Only trade partners are Austria and Prussia. They're at war with France as well. Batavian Republic. Batavian, get Malta for goodness sake. Batavian Republic. Kingdom of Spain. And allies are United Kingdom, that's a pretty big alliance they've got there, especially with Sweden and United Kingdom. That's a big alliance there. Republic of Venice, again, nobody. Ottoman Empire, no one. Kingdom of Spain, the usual sort of suspects here they're at war with and who they're allied with. Prussia, just simply trade. Again, Savoy. French Empire, again, this usual the usual sort of gang of allies and those that they're at war with. Lundberg, no one. Courland, no one. Austrian Empire, again, a lot more here enemies than they have allies, which is intriguing to say the least. Now look at the minor nations, a lot of minor nations. Now we do have Sweden, but they're unfriendly with us, and that's the problem. There's our big problem there, is Sweden being unfriendly with us. Minus 60, there's a chance they might move against us very quickly. And we are the same religion, we might be able to possibly give them a state gift, something that'll just help us ease that. They're mighty and rich, ours moderate and meagre, so again they've got the real power behind them because they've got the trade. Mind you, their enemies are pretty vast. But as you can see, we have indifferent with them. Mind you, Mecklenburg are friendly with us. The only friendly nation we have, I believe. And also Batavian Republic. Here, so Holland is friendly with us. Papal states are unfriendly. So are Mecklenburg. Here. Kingdom of Sweden are unfriendly. So as you can see, we do have a huge amount of work to do here diplomatically as well. This is all we've got in the building. We have no armies, no fleets, one region, no agents. Unfortunately, our population is going down, so is our tax. Our income is going down as well. Good public order. Our research can only be, once we've got the magistrate here, we can get these, and then we can probably go to court of justice. But at the moment we can only go civil. We have no way of upgrading our military or our industrial might. We don't have the research facilities at the moment. But potentially Denmark might be a target of ours in the future. And of course we do have Scotland and sort of United Kingdom as a island, but we do have these 4 trade nodes here. Furs from New World, and again tobacco from the New World, as well, and cotton as well from Savannah. So these 4 trade hubs here, if we can get ourselves into these, would provide additional income for us. We'd be fighting over them with probably these sort of the British Isles contingent, as it were. Now we have to make this dry dock a dry dock, or move it into a trading port to get that income we need. Either way, we'll have to put ships as quickly as we possibly can upon these trade nodes, trade posts. But my friends, that is all we can do at the moment. It's not going to be a vast opening, as it were. It's not going to be a massive, building a massive army and conquering all before us. It's going to take us a long time to get where we need to be. It really is, and there's a chance that Sweden are going to give us some trouble before we even get to where we want to be. Remember, they can recruit and build very strong armies indeed. So we're going to have to do something very, very quickly here to get ourselves off onto a very fast footing here. Possibly looking at Denmark, but we don't know what's there, so we're going to have to get some sloops recruited and sent out to find out what's out there, my friends, and what is available and not available to us, what we can and cannot do. But again, we're going to have to be very, very smart in this campaign. But my friends, that's all we can do at the moment. There's nothing else to show, there's nothing else to discuss in terms of what is available to us. That is it. It is a very, very small nation, a meager nation at the moment. And let's be honest, let's not try and put rose-tinted glasses on. Let's not sugarcoat this. It is going to be an incredibly difficult campaign, but by damn, we're up for the challenge, my friends. We are up for this challenge. But I'm going to leave it in your capable hands, my friends, what we do with this prelude video. We're not doing anything at all. I'm not moving anything. I will get as much information from you, my friends, much advice, proposals as I possibly can here. And then in the next few days, I will look to start putting this campaign out, my friends. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Please keep the comments coming down below, my friends. Keep them coming down as much as you can. Your advice is going to be absolutely critical here. It really, really is. And episode 1 will be probably looking towards weekend, maybe into next week, but I'll get as much information as I possibly can then. But I thank you, my friends, for all your wonderful support and advice thus far from all the campaigns. But until next time, my friends, and I'll leave this in your capable hands. Until then, bye for now.